These days, the ladies no longer, when you do well, you know, in the past, they used to call the men Zaddy or Zazie. These days, when you do well, they call you Zeg.
Zegzy.
No, but for real, United spoil. Charlie, they start sexy, they start Lenny Dogo. No, they say the team set.
Ronaldinho and Zegzy.
United sound. Oh, Charlie, team. Oh, anyway, how you go do it? If for manager like that, you know, so yeah, for manager.
No, but actually, you tell me something.
Yeah, for manager.
Dogo Euro and Sexy Zegzy. What do they bring to United?
A lot. In fact, the move itself shows a departure from what was before. In the past, United would have dilly-dallied and ended up paying some astronomical figures for both players. This time around, they have people who know their job, identify the player, walk in there and find the best way of making the deal happen. So Zegzy had a release clause of about 40 million euros. And per convention, release clause, you cash down. No installments nonsense. You just pay in one installment. But United decided that, you know what, because of cash flow issues, they would pay a little more than the release clause. That would allow them to spread the payments over years, which is the norm anyway in regular transfer business. So they probably would have to pay £15 million for the first year, another 15, and then some extra 12 million. Because the difference between the release clause and how much United negotiated for is actually 2 million, which is quite remarkable. For Lenny Euro, yes, it is true that he's got only a year remaining on his contract, and so the £52 million sounds like a lot, but you have to look at the two scenarios of the two clubs who were interested in him. Real Madrid have got their team set now. Yes, they have only 2 fit centre-backs as we speak, in Militao and then Rudiger. Alaba is injured, they transferred Rafa Marin, so they essentially would have to spend, if not this summer, but maybe in January or in the summer of 2025 on a centre-back. But they realize that it is not exactly a priority situation. They can manage with 4 centre-backs. Eventually, Alaba is going to be fit. Tchouameni deputized in centre-backs at some points last season. And so you can understand why they wanted to pay 20 million, even though they really wanted the player. I mean, there's a kid, last year they told him not to sign a contract extension. He agreed to join Real Madrid. But if you're Manchester United and you are in the position to sign, and you see, this was a market opportunity. He's not just another good player who was available. This is a generational talent for all intents and purposes. You realize that you've got a need there at right centre-back. You've lost Varane, a lot of experience, a lot of quality. This is fixing the mistake they made some 8-10 years ago when they missed out on another French centre-back in Rafa Varane when he joined Real Madrid. You're paying that amount. He's very young. He would have time to grow. First year or two may not exactly be world-class, but that's the point of having an 18-year-old. And for someone his age, at the age of 18, to have 65 matches under his belt in the French League over 2 seasons, he's averaging 30 league matches per season, which is not normal. I mean, those are numbers of experienced campaigners. In terms of what the two bring, Euro is a direct replacement for Rafa Varane and an improvement on Rafa Varane because Varane was hardly available last season. And in football, the most important commodity these days is availability.
Yeah.
So he has a better fitness record. He's very calm at the back, excellent anticipation, tidy tackler. And for a man of his size and height, very agile and athletic. I mean, you would assume that because of his height, he might not be very quick, but he's very quick. Zegzy is more or less a replacement for Anthony Martial, very comfortable on the ball, can also chip in goals, but he's not your guy if you're looking for the prototypical centre forward who will score 20 or 30 goals. Last season, from a supporting striker role, he scored about 12 goals in all competitions, which is decent, but the expectation is that he would step up. Does he solve Manchester United's goal scoring problems? No, but that is on the average